All right, people, time to do the thing. Cheers, happy Monday morning, not Monday morning. No Fireside. Oh, yeah, we got Fireside. Fireside. TM, thank you. Julie, yes. So, welcome to the chat. Listen, let's get the business out of the way quickly because we got things to talk about today. It was a great weekend, and I'm sorry, I'm sitting here doing the thing, and breaking news is popping up on the screen, and that's used to be able to ignore that a little bit more. Anyway, so it was a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Couple of fantastic gigs. We got to do the Beggars Banquet thing at Ramcat on Saturday, rescheduled from the snow a couple weeks ago. And it was great. Had a wonderful time. Got to do it with Karen Click and the Sirens Jazz Series, which was a wonderful combination of bands. And I think everybody had a really good time. I know I did. Sunday, I got to go down for the first time, and I feel bad that this is the first time that I set foot in the building, to the new Muddy Creek Listening Room and Cafe in Old Salem here in Winston-Salem. And it's just wonderful. It's just a really lovely listening room, great environment. Did a little acoustic show with my Radio Silence guys. The acoustic version of the band with Terry Van Cannon and Travis Williams on the upright, and my bud and neighbor, Mr. Lionel Sanders, on the percussion. We had a wonderful time. I love those acoustic gigs. Love getting to tell the stories. Love the intimate setting, and I also love, as always, playing with my buds. Couldn't be happier, who were also in the bill, and I thought they sounded as confident and laid back as I'd heard them in a long time, and I thought they were really great. So that's what we got going on. Business this week. What do we got? Going to Raleigh Wednesday. Get to play the Poorhouse with Doug Davis and Radio Silence. Special version that includes my bud Jeff Abate on the drums, loaned out from the Beggars Banquet band. Can't wait to get to go on the road with the original stuff. Going to play with Marshall Sidbury, who I have not met yet, but John Walk, bass player from the Beggars Banquet band, also plays in that band, and they invited us to come join them on that bill. So I'm looking forward to that. Going back to River House on Sunday, rescheduled from the ice storm a couple weeks ago. Always a good time. New single will come out Saturday or Sunday, Top of the Hill. Working on the video now. Video will not be out immediately, but the song's going to be out. Very excited about that. Lovely song that features Mr. Rick Nathy. Very excited about that. We'll talk about that more next week. What did I want to talk about? I want to talk about, we were talking about at the gig this past weekend about how a lot of us musicians on the road or otherwise, you play the gig, play the late night gig, and you come home, can't go to sleep immediately. I always have to stay up pretty late, just wind down from the energy of a gig, being on the road, all that sort of thing. I just have to wind down. So I usually watch some dumb TV, whatever it is. But I've always had a special place in my heart on Saturdays for watching Saturday Night Live. Now, I know not everybody loves the Saturday Night Live. Lots of haters out there. I got to say, it's just, for me, it's been the perfect post-gig wind down show, and I've been watching for years and years. I just love it. Is it great? No. Is it always funny? No. Can't be. It's unbelievable what they have to go through to put that show on. And if you got something stupid to say about the wokeness of the show or whatever, you're probably in the wrong place anyway. So, musical guests, hit or miss. They've got a lot of people to cater to. A lot of it isn't what I am particularly into. Is it as edgy as it used to be in the Belushi era? No. But it's always kind of been a special thing for me. I've always enjoyed the show. And I never did, when I lived in New York, I never did get to visit the show. But I do have one particular story. When I was working in New York, one of my coworkers, Dana, who was awesome, she was dating, I think, a PA at the show. So, I was usually working second shift right downtown, or midtown. And sometimes she could get tickets for the show, or rehearsals or that sort of thing. But occasionally, she could get some folks into the legendary after parties. If you don't know, every week, I assume it still happens, but every week after the taping, SNL takes over a local bar, venue, whatever, and they throw a little after party. And Dana got us into an after party one night. It was the night of the so this is probably 2000. Jack Black was the host, and the Strokes were the musical guest. So Dana, we're at work. Dana gets the secret address. We learn the secret handshake. And when we get off work at midnight, 1 in the morning, must have been 1 in the morning, ran down to an abandoned storefront on the Lower East Side, do the secret handshake, go in there, and people are milling around, and cast members are coming and going. That was when, who was it? Horatio Sands. He came in. I saw him walk in sweatpants with a hand truck and goes up to the one of the kegs and puts the keg on his hand truck and wheels it right back out the door. So I think that was the first thing I saw. Strokes are hanging out. I did not hang out and drink with the Strokes, but they were there. And walking in, and I came in with I can't remember who I came in with, a couple of my coworkers, but I saw Dana across the room. Dana's talking to Jack. And I don't know how you guys are with celebrities. I'm always a little, I got to say something. I got to do something. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. But I have nothing to say, and I'm always consciously aware that probably everybody says the same things to the same celebrities, and they're just, they've had enough of it. So I see Dana, and I decide, I don't know, I'll never know what part of my brain makes me do things like this, but in that moment, I walked across the room, I stomped across the room, walked up to Dana, looked at Jack Black, and I said, "You get your hands off my girlfriend." And I just let it hang there a second. And Jack looked at me with a look of horror, genuine shock for a second. And then he looks at me again, gets closer, and he says, and he walks away. So there you go. That was my Jack Black encounter. I don't remember what happened. We pen palled for a while, and I don't know. I guess the friendship sort of faded away, but I haven't heard from Jack in a long time. So yeah, there you go. Saturday Night Live. Oh, and then we got some music on Saturday Night Live with our licensing stuff. I don't even remember how it happened or why it happened, but one of my great personal claims to fame is that we wrote the music. Actually, right here in this room, I wrote and recorded the music that was used on a fake ad. It was the Autumn's Eve douche commercial for pumpkin spice douche. That was the thing. I think it was an Amy Poehler thing. I think a lot of the cast members were on it. But the nice thing about that is, being seasonal, it does get replayed frequently. Every year I see it pop up somewhere. So and I've made literally dozens of dollars from that. But it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting to have a little music on Saturday Night Live. So anyway, SNL always been pretty special to me. And kind of enjoying all these 50th anniversary specials going on right now. So that's all I got to talk about. You got anything you need to talk about? Questions? Comments? All right. If you're in Raleigh, hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday. If you want to head on up to the mountains, River House, Sunday. And keep an eye out for Top of the Hill. That's the new single. That'll be coming out next week. I've been posting my Monday morning 3 a.m. songs because I think I'm having a fun round so far. Last week's song was the week before was the I Have a Bad Feeling About This Year. I really enjoyed that song. It got rewritten by a couple of the other writers this week. That's always fun to hear. And this week I rewrote one of Anand's songs. I kind of did a Marvin Gaye kind of thing. So anyway, it's out there, probably in this feed here somewhere. you can find it. Enjoy it. All right, peace.